Ladies and gentlemen, we've just received a top priority missive from our illustrious Air Pollution Control District. There's going to be smog today. First stage smog alert. No phys ed, no unnecessary exertion for the students. The teachers can exert themselves as much as they like.
Mr. Kaufman, you're always kidding, even during a smog alert.
Good morning. I certainly hope so. Remember, if you catch any students exerting themselves, send them right down to my office. We've got to put a stop to student exertion.
Hey, Jason just came over. First day smog alert. No push-up today.
Tell me all about it, babes. With all my allergies, you gonna tell me we got smog.
There's always one man who makes history. One man who has an idea and moves with it. What's bothering you, Helen?
I think that's how it used to be. But, well, now...
You don't think that's the way it is now?
Mr. Dixon, things are just too complicated now. There's just too much money against anybody who fights against anything.
That's true. That doesn't mean that one man will lose a fight against the system. What about Ralph Nader? One man, right? He's got the auto industry turning flips to get out from under the heat he's stirred up.
If he done so much, how come we got all that smog? Look out the window, man. Them cars are still filling us up with that garbage.
Maybe that means it takes more than one man to get the job done.
The system wants that air like it is.
Jason, smog bugs everybody.
Maybe so, but do you think the people in my neighborhood can afford them electronic gimmicks and air conditioners like them fat cats?
Okay, people with money can fight it better. But that's still not the solution.
Then why don't you change it? You got the reason. Like there won't be any more history if everybody dies, man. You said one man can change anything. Do it.
How would you go about fighting smog, Jason? If you were going to take it on.
Oh, I'd just say, please don't make no more smog.
Anybody else got any ideas? Al?
The state assembly's voting on smog the end of this month.
It sounds like a good time to wage a fight against smog. Richie?
People just don't care about smog. They think it's just gonna go away. There was a big magazine just did a whole issue on smog, and it was scary. Turned out the smog could make a cap in the atmosphere and keep in the heat and moisture. The polar ice will melt and flood off the coast. People are already dying of cancer from it, and fishes and animals too. Crops are gonna rot. Terrible stuff, but nobody's doing anything.
Well, maybe nobody's found a way to turn people on about pollution. What do you think about that? Come on, anybody, give me some ideas on it. Helen.
Well, maybe big ads in the newspaper would do something.
TV's all there is. People listen to the tube. Put some hip dude on TV telling them like it is.
Why don't you do it, Jason?
Do what? Get on TV? Sure. You call them up and tell them I'm coming down to be on TV.
They sell time.
I got $4. What kind of time can I buy with $4?
Jason, money's raised for projects like that every day. A campaign to fight smog would get a lot of support.
Come on, man. TV costs heavy bread. $5,000 a minute. I have to jack up a bank to get that kind of loot.
Try a local station. See how much time cost. You owe me a project for 2 months now. Why don't you take this one on?
How come you leaning on me? It was Richie talking all that air pollution jazz in the magazine.
You want Richie with you?
Sure, me and him against the system.
All right, fellas, I'm sorry to keep you waiting.
Mr. Barker, I'm Jason Allen.
Jason Allen.
And this is Richie Lane.
Richie Lane. Come, sit down, won't you? Sit down. Now, what can I do for you?
We here to buy some time.
1 minute.
1 minute. Well, what time period have you got in mind?
Well, what time do you have open that's cheap?
Our least expensive time is during the late night movie.
How much?
$80 a minute.
We can raise that easy.
Be cool, Rich. $80? Is that the drive-out price? Taxes, license, and everything?
Now, those are just the time costs. Now, if you want a tape, then,
Now we're getting down to it. Go.
well, now you're going to be taping with one camera. And you'll want color, I presume?
Yeah.
Now, you have 1 hour for setting up and lights. Then you'll have your taping time and the tape stock. And you'll need at least, 15 minutes, I guess, for retakes.
How much for the whole bag?
The whole bag? Well, the whole bag comes to $680. I hope that helps you fellas with your school assignment.
This ain't no dance. We come to do business.
Oh? Well, you know, I would need 2 weeks' notice, secured by a check for half the costs as a bond, and the contract would have to be signed by an adult.
Well, we can't come up with any $680.
We wasn't jiving with you. We want the time. We'll get the bread. Come on, Rich.
That's how much it costs for a 1 minute commercial?
Yeah, counting in setup, shooting time for tape, crew, raw stock, and airtime.
It's a lot of bread, fellas.
That's what I've been telling him.
It breaks down to $170 a week, Rich. We can make that.
How, brother?
Already it's down to $160 a week.
Where'd we get the 10?
My pay from the department store, and you're kicking 10 from your band job.
If my band has a job,
You'll have the job.
then we have the bread.
Cool. Now, we got one major hang-up. We need somebody to sign the contract.
An adult.
Which means I'd be liable. Fellas, I don't have $600 in case it blows up.
It won't never happen.
You won't have to sign anything for 2 weeks. By then, we had to have half the money. We don't have it, you don't sign.
And that dude at the TV station gonna freak out when we lay that bread on him.
Yeah, the man at the TV station thought we were just kids working on a term paper or something.
You sign the paper?
Okay. If you guys come up with half in 2 weeks, I'll sign.
You got a deal. Come on, Rich, we got business. Man, that was fun. Hey, man, you dig small? No, man, I don't dig small. Groovy, then put something in the can. I'm fighting small. Hey, man, you dig small?
And then another kid come up to me and tell me he gave you $2, so I tutored him after school. 7 kids did that.
Yeah, the rest will probably catch up with you later.
What rest?
Well, how's it going, man?
I'm just finding out.
We're in pretty good shape. There's the rundown.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
We got $10 from my job, 10 from Richie, 60 from music deal, 32 more from tutoring by Richie. And
Wait a minute. What do you mean, music deals?
you said the cats in your group get $12 a man for a dance gig, right?
Yeah.
I got you a deal for $15. The extra money goes in the fund. And naturally you want to throw in your whole pay, don't you?
Well, leave me some for bus fare, Jason.
Cool. Oh, that Sunday gig is a Polish wedding. I told him you know polkas, so you best to learn a couple.
Looks like you got everything figured out, haven't you?
He said whether to get to $28 a week, we're still short.
I'm working on that now. We'll make it.
1 ham sand, 2 fries, 4 burgers. 1 with the works, 1 with pickle, mustard, ketchup, tomato, and chili. 1 with cheese only, 1 with lettuce only. 1 BLT on rye toast, bacon crisp.
Aaron, Susan?
Here.
Adams, Stephen A.
Here.
Alan, Jason?
Here. Yes, sir. It was me.
Pete, Jason did cut a class. We have a rule against that. And Richie answering a roll call for him, I realize it was a noble gesture, but that's not exactly kosher either. Jason is not a student who can afford to miss a math class.
Take a look at that budget. Jason did that.
Jason did that?
That's right. And the math on that page is complicated, too.
If I read you right, what you're saying is that you don't want either one of those boys to get any detention for this. Is that right?
That's right. At least not until they finish this project. They've got every 3-minute schedule. And they're going to need every dime they're earning if they're going to raise the money.
You think they'll make it? $680 in a month?
There's a way. Jason will find it.
I wish he hadn't cut that math class.
I admit that's wrong, but he's right. If there was ever a valid reason for Jason to miss a math class, this is it.
If there's a valid reason.
And we both know there's a lot inside Jason. We can't shoot him down the first time he gets moving.
I know, Pete, but if you were another student and you heard that Jason got away with cutting a class, now what would you think? That he was making a personal breakthrough or that he has the faculty snowed?
I see your point.
You still think it's worth a gamble?
I do.
Well, anything else you have to say? Say it now, because when I put this car in reverse, I become a civilian.
You said it yourself. There are times for special treatment of a student.
But I've got 3,000 other students to consider.
I know, but...
I'm in reverse.
Hey, Mr. Dixon, guess how much we got?
I can't.
$172.
And 93 cents.
You guys have been moving right along, haven't you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's go to work.
Had a very peculiar dream last night. You were in it. I dreamt that Jason cut a math class, but then he never did it again. And what was peculiar about it was that I didn't know anything about any indiscretion, so I didn't even have to look the other way. And then by the time I did find out about it, somehow, as if by magic, everything was taken care of. There was no action for me to take. It was a very pleasant dream.
There were no detentions in that dream?
Oh, none.
Beautiful.
Now back to reality. I think I have a solution for Jason's problem about funds for the smog campaign. We make it a school project.
We can't do that.
Sure we can. Look how easy it was to raise the $75 for Mr. Wilson's going away present. Nobody even liked him. We can raise it.
I don't argue that the school can't raise the money, but it shouldn't.
Well, I would guarantee Jason succeeding.
But somebody else would make it happen. It's his shot, and he's got to take it.
Well, suppose he doesn't raise the money.
Then he doesn't raise the money. But at least it'll be his flop.
Oh. We help him, we hurt him.
I think so.
Okay. We won't help him.
what I hate worse than smog, Richie? Work. It's terrible.
No time for complaining, Jason. This is a script conference.
What you got?
Nothing yet, just the opening.
That's something. Do it. Go ahead.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen and friends.
Wait a minute, Richie. I mean, that stinks, man.
You can do better, do it.
You gotta grab them. If you start out like that, everybody's gonna get up and go get a sandwich or something.
Okay, then, you tell me how we grab them.
Don't get hung up 'cause I don't dig your idea, Richie.
Well, man, it's the only idea I got, so what do?
Think TV. Think like we gotta sell something.
You mean the unsell? We gotta tell people how terrible smog is.
Right. You're cool, Richie.
Now, what do we want to say? We want to say smog is going to kill everybody if we don't stop it. And the only way to stop it is to get the legislature to do something.
Right.
So we start. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen and friends.
No, Richie. We're gonna hit them, make them hold still, and listen.
How do we do that?
Well, we could say, hello. Smog can give you cancer, dig?
No. We say that first and the commercial's over. The cancer should be in the middle.
Well, how about we start? The man says, I'm on the air to tell you about air.
Hey, that's tough. Then we show him a picture of the smog or something.
Now you're grooving. Write it down. This has got to go. Boy, this is gonna be good.
Yeah.
When I say all this stuff on
Hey,
TV...
Jason, wrong.
What do you mean, wrong?
You can't be the one on the tube.
Why not? I can say this stuff.
I tell you and you get mad.
You want to see me get mad? Keep jiving. Get to it, Richie. What?
Why, it's you, man. Well, you scare people.
What do you mean I scare people?
You scare me right now.
You think anybody listen to you if you was on the tube?
I wouldn't scare anyone.
You wouldn't crank up nobody either.
Well, if it can't be you, and it can't be me, then what do we do, Jason? You know we're supposed to tape this thing Thursday.
Oh, hi, fellas.
Applehead. We ain't got time to con you into it, Mr. Dixon, so we just gonna ask you. Go, Richie.
Oh, will you be our announcer, Mr. Dixon?
Me? I've never been in front of a television camera before.
Oh, leave that to us. Yes or no?
Well, I did say I'd give you all the help I could. Okay, you want me, you got me. You got a deal. Give me the script.
Here you go. Here's your script. Rehearsal's here tomorrow at 3 o'clock.
We'll have to help you pick the clothes you wear on the show.
You know that coat with the leather buttons?
Yeah.
Leave it home. It's too square for a thing. Okay?
It's got a lot of good ideas. We put a couple of hours work into it, we can really shape it up.
No, we can't.
You don't intend to read it as it is.
Word for word.
Pete, people will see you, honey. This is television. This sounds like the work of two 16-year-olds.
That's what it is.
But that's not what you are.
Look, I was hired as an announcer, not as a writer.
I think you're carrying this let them do it themselves just a little too far.
Look, I admit that it's not Hemingway, but it's what they wanted to say, and they've earned the right to say it the way they like.
I know that, but you can't get up on...
Look, just read to the end. Read that last line.
Mm-hmm. Nice, nice. Let's see the back.
Not bad, hey, Jace?
No, I still like the other one. We'll go with the blue blazer.
Yeah, you're right. I like the other one better too, Jace.
Get to work, Rich.
You're the director, Richie?
Right, Jason's producing.
Okay, Mr. Director. What's next?
We'll have a practice.
It's called a run-through, Richie.
Okay, we'll run through it. Can you stand there, please? Right here. Good.
There'll be a desk right there, and behind you'll be a bookcase full of books. Go, Rich.
Wait a minute. First, let's show them what we got.
Oh, yeah. Dig.
You made it.
I did ahead of schedule.
And we got $1.14 too much.
Yeah, we're saving that for stuff to eat while we watch our show.
We won't have no show if we stand here rapping. Let's do it, Richie.
You're on.
I'm on the air to talk to you about air.
What time is it, Miss McIntyre?
It is 2:29 and 30 seconds. Half a minute to go. You nervous?
Oh, a little.
Everything's gonna be just fine.
Thanks, Jason.
15 seconds.
Here's to Richie and Jason, who are about to prove that anything can be accomplished if you want it badly enough. Cheers.
This is it.
I'm on the air to talk to you about air.
Pete, you're so handsome.
Air stinks. You know why air stinks? Because it has garbage in it. And garbage stinks. Not really this kind of garbage. This kind. Garbage from businesses. They could fix it so they didn't put that trash in the air, but they won't, because they don't want to lay out the bread. That's terrible, but that's how it is. This is a good lung. And this is what a lung cancer looks like. You've got to ask somebody who has it how it feels. It don't feel good. Exhaust from cars makes more trash. It makes your eyes burn, but people cool it. They wipe their eyes, then they forget about it till the next funky day. People with asthma and allergies can't forget it. And it gets worse for them all the time. That's how garbage is, dig? It never goes away. It just piles up and gets more terrible all the time. Getting mad does nothing, and getting sick from the air pollution will kill you. But it won't stop the trash going into the air. The cats who work here get elected by you. They're going to vote tomorrow on if they should lay out the money to study smog. Get the straight thing. And then make the cats who can clean up the air clean it up. You have a man in the legislature. Get on the phone. Call him tomorrow morning before the vote. Call your man between 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock and lay it on him. Tell him to vote for spending the money. Like really, man, people are dying from smog. No joke, dying. You've got to call him tomorrow or it won't do any good. In the morning before they go to vote. Like this could be the end of the whole world. And if only half the cats alive die, they'll be telling their kids, once upon a time, there was air you couldn't see.
Rotten smog.
What you think, Rich?
Yeah, Jason.
Yeah, brother, that's how it is.
Yes, that's right. Well, I agree with you. Well, I thought they did a fine job, too. Thank you. Yes. Well, that's very kind. Yes, thank you very much. Goodbye. Yes, that's right.
Yeah, brother, that's... What you think, Rich?
Roll.
Well, maybe if Steve McQueen steps down, you'll be able to... You know something? I can't even joke about it. They really got to me.
I hope they got to a lot of people.
I've been on the phone to my state legislator all morning. I've been trying to get him since 8 o'clock. All the phones to the Capitol are busy. Well, I thought they did a fine job, too. Fantastic. Wouldn't it be great if we could just forget about smog alerts, get back to good old-fashioned fire drills? There's something so wholesome.
To a lot of people.
I've been on the phone to my...
Feel that way. Will you come down and tell Richie and Jason what you're talking?
It'd be great if we could just forget and fire drills. There's something so wholesome about